Hola chismosos and chismosos. This is Esmeralda and welcome to the Chisme Thread. Today we're joined by Chubbs. And before you come for me, she asked me to call her that, okay? I'm not one of the Mexicans that give me names. She was like, call me Chubbs. Don't call me by my government. I was like, okay, girl, I respect it, but are you sure?
No, yeah, that's what I prefer everybody to call me. Not that I
Yeah.
don't like my real name, but that's just my Instagram, Twitter,
No,
everything
yeah, I just like to
handle.
like put it out there because there's like the people that be like, why do Mexicans always gotta come up with mean names like Flaca and Gorito, like what is it,
Gorda.
Gorda, yeah. And I'm just like, look, that's not me, okay? She requested it, so I said okay. But Chubbs is another one of my gym girlies. She does fitness content and she's a corporate girlie, so give it up for the corporate girlies, okay? They help the world go round. um, yeah. So, is there anything else you want me to introduce you about? Like,
On my way here, I was thinking I should tell them about the story, like kind of how we met.
yeah, you can tell them. She's gonna give our origin story.
Yeah, so we both go to the same gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I would see Esmeralda like from afar, and I would be like in my head to myself, I'd be like, I want to be her friend so bad. Like
She's
I
so
would see her
sweet,
around, and I would just be
literally.
like,
Yeah.
I want to be her friend so bad. But I'm very
Mm-hmm.
shy in person. Like if you know me, I'm very shy in person.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time I seen you. You had like the like kind of like how you do now in your
Yeah,
hair,
the
and I was like, that
ribbons.
is so cute. And I seen you outside, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I built up the courage to be like, hey girl, I love your hair. You're like, thanks.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, I think we just kind of met through social media, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah, I remember us following each other.
Mhm.
I didn't quite remember that part of like you telling me that my hair looks cute, but like I be like so zoned out, and I was going through school, so yeah, I
Yeah,
was
no,
going
that
through
was a long
hell.
time ago.
Okay.
That was like long before we ever got like really cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, we started I
Uh-huh.
think following each other on social media, and then
Hmm.
just been really good friends ever since.
I mean, and honestly, I thought the same about her. She's so pretty. Obviously, you can see it. And her gym fits be cute, and I love when she like wears her hair in her braid. I was just
Oh.
like, oh, she looks so cute. And then you have like your ribbon.
Mhm.
Yeah, because if I see a fellow Mexican girl, I'm like, yes. Well, I just assumed you're Mexican, my bad. A fellow Latina.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then I saw you on yeah, Instagram is where we saw each other. And then like she's made some really dope videos, especially like the one with your friend, is it Miguel's friend is his name?
Who?
Your friend that does the videography?
Oh, Miguel Munoz. Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out to Miguel.
Yeah, he makes
Um,
really dope videos. The one he
yeah.
did with you was really good. And then like I'm like one of those friends that just like is borderline creepy because I was like sending her pictures like, oh, she looks good right there. But I promise you, I'm fangirling only for my girls. Okay, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that's how we met. The story of us so far, and then like we're basically cousins now because she's dating someone that like has known my family for a long time, which I didn't even realize because honestly, like with my brothers, like I told you this already, but with my brothers, like they're friends. I just like I see them and then they're just invisible. Like, oh, this is my brother's friend. So like I haven't seen her guy in a long time, but he looked familiar. I was like, dang. And then she came to the barbershop and was just like, my man goes here and he knows your brother. And come to find out, they've been knowing each other since high school. So it was
Yeah.
just like, bam, we're cousins. See, this is why I don't date Mexicans.
Small world.
I know,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's us. We're cousins now. But do you read Reddit at all?
Do I read Reddit?
Like, yeah, do you go on Reddit?
Occasionally, but it's
Hmm.
not like the kinds of stories that you read. It's more so like informational stuff. Like,
Yeah.
how do you do this, or what's like a life hack for this? Like, I'll Google it, and then I'll see
Hmm.
sometimes like Reddit
Oh yeah.
threads. Yeah.
Yeah, those are really helpful, especially like I've heard other people say like they go for like their car, like they'll post a video of like a noise of their car,
Yeah.
or if they have like I've been on there for like camera questions and stuff like that. Is when like I first kind of get into it, and then I started getting into it once I started listening to podcasts. So yeah, and then the rest is history. So do you know like the abbreviations and things like OP and all that? So
No.
OP is like the original poster, and then like
Okay.
there's different like so there's like different groups in Reddit. So it's called like the thread.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah, we can just get into it. I'm excited. And also, like, just to clarify, I don't like read the stories all the way through. I kind of skim it,
Mhm.
and because I want to be shocked too.
So you've never read these stories that we're about to read?
No, so I don't. I try not to read a story again, and I also like keep track too. So I keep like a Google document where I like list each one, and then like I take it off because like I have a bunch saved, and like you're able to save stories. So and then once I read it, I just unsave it, and I just keep following it just in case like there's an update or something like that. So, okay. I'll start with this first one. This is from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for expecting a girl to get off a treadmill in the gym?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you are, because there should be more treadmills.
I don't know, because if it's like our gym, there's not a lot of treadmills, and I'm so mad they got rid of that one treadmill. It's called, I think it's called the assassin treadmill, where you
just run and it kind of like,
yeah, it goes off
yeah.
like your own speed. So I'm so mad they got rid of that one.
Yeah.
But our gym only has like 6 treadmills.
Well, I guess, yeah, it depends on the
I
context.
mean, they taking all day. I'm like, look, I got to get this cardio in. I'm not trying to go on this Stairmaster because that's hell.
Yeah, I guess it just depends. It depends on the situation. Because there do be people who be like on one machine for like 30 minutes on their phone.
And then like I can't stand people who like will be on one thing and then like 2 or 3 machines down, they're on another thing. They're like, oh, I'm supersetting. If you're gonna superset right next to each other. Like, don't be the asshole and like, and then like not want to let people like jump in.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
All right, well, we'll just read the story and see. The gym I go to doesn't have a lot of treadmills, and I've recently started running. I went to the gym with my partner last night, and all the treadmills were in use. I used some weight machines to start, then back to the treadmills. I noticed that there was a girl who just sat on the treadmill while her friend was using the treadmill next to her. She'd been there for the last 15 minutes not using it, so I went up and asked if she was planning to use it. She said that she was with her friend, but I just said, can she sit next to her friend's machine instead of taking up machines from people who want to use them? She shrugged her shoulders and refused to move. A woman comes over and asks what's happening, so I explain it. She said that she's the girl's mother and that I shouldn't be telling her daughter to move. I just said her daughter shouldn't be taking up machines that she has no intention of using. She said her daughter is willing to sit there if she wants and that she's doing nothing wrong. I just said that I can see where her daughter gets her entitlement from. She said I was out of order for commenting on her parenting, but I just said that she should be a better parent if she can't handle any criticism. A member of staff came over when I explained what was going on, and he asked the daughter to move off the treadmill and leave the gym. Or leave the gym. My girlfriend said maybe I shouldn't have argued with the mother, but I don't see how I've done anything wrong. Am I the asshole for asking a girl to get off the treadmill of the gym and then arguing with her mother?
I changed my answer. See, that's why I said context. Because if you're just sitting there, I think it's common courtesy to like move, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you're not using the machine, move.
Yeah. I don't think I would have said anything about the mother's parenting, but also, like, yeah, she was acting really entitled. And it's not, it's not a bad thing. It didn't seem like he went up to her and was like, you need to get off the treadmill. He just asked her, like, hey, can you move so I can get on there? Which I think is, as long as you're asking, like, with respect, like, there's nothing wrong with it. Because if, like, his gym seems like our gym to where they only have, he said 6 machines. So if it's, like, at peak hour or there's a lot of people in there, like, yeah, I'm trying to get in and get out. I'm not trying to. And he literally said, like, he went to go try other stuff to, like, occupy his time until he can get on the treadmill. So it wasn't, like, right away. He tried to give her, like, time. And then, yeah, if she wants to be with her friend, she can just, like, stand behind her or just walk slow or something. Use a machine.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting there while people are waiting.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can get behind that. I can see that.
Yeah. And there's people can leave comments on there. The top comment says, "Not the asshole, but next time you might consider just notifying the attendant first." Yeah. And then somebody replied to that, "Before asking politely once, did everyone really backslide that far socially?" Oh, they're just arguing about that. But yeah, I think asking the attendant would be helpful, so that way you don't have to be the one to like say something. The attendant can be like, "Hey, if you're not using it," which is nice, because I wish our gym had people who work there all the time. Because sometimes I'll be having questions and I was like, nobody's here, no one's at the desk. I know there's one guy who like cleans up all the time, but I'm like, I don't know if he's just like a cleaner or if he like actually works there.
Tony or the tall bald man?
No, not the white man, the other guy.
Oh, the light skin. That's Tony. That's my friend.
Yeah, like I feel like I see him and he's just like cleaning all the time. So I didn't know if he was just like a cleaner or if he works there. But I was just sorry, Tony. But I'm just like, I don't want to bother him if he don't actually work at the front desk. You know? But yeah, I think it's nice to have just an employee like say something, so that way you don't have to be the one to be confrontational. But yeah, she should have got her ass up. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like at the gym though, like I think it's reasonable to be able to go up to somebody if they've been on a machine for so long, you've gone and done other things, and you know try to make time to go and ask like, hey, you know, just ask nicely, like, you know, how many more reps do you have?
I don't think he did anything wrong by saying anything to her, but you know, sometimes I feel like you never know what that person is on that day, you know? Like, if you're asking them to move or something, I think it's different when you're just... I don't know. Just, like, when you're asking somebody to get off of something, like, you just never know what type of time they're on, you know? So, and she's young, too. I think he said, like, she was, like, 15.
Yeah, I guess it also depends how he asked her, which it don't sound like he was mean about it.
Me, I would have just left.
Okay. No, yeah, I would have just been like, okay, yeah, you can have it, you know. But if you're going up to the girl and be like, girl, move, like, that's different.
Yeah, which I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'd hope not.
And maybe she was a little bit more confrontational because it's a man that asked her. Maybe I would have asked my girlfriend to say something to her, because I feel like, you know, girls are just a little bit more patient with other girls. I feel like...
Yeah, no, I can understand that, because I've had men come up to me, but like they're trying to be funny, you know, and I clock it. That's different. But like if a man just kindly asks me like, hey, like, you know how many more reps you have, I get it, you know, we're all at the gym.
No, yeah. Then I'll let them know. Yeah, usually I haven't had any a-holes in the gym, but I have... See, the thing that about men in the gym that I don't appreciate at our gym is that they hang around in groups. So when I'm the only girl there, I just get, you know, it's a bunch of men in their danger. So it's just like, oh, I don't want to be here. And then, like, you know, everything at our gym, everything's like, it's grouped in by muscle group. So it's just like, unless I move this dumbbell all the way to the other side, like, I have to be, where they're at. Which, I mean, you already know. We talked about it.
They be a little stinky in there.
Yeah, they be in there working hard. You can smell it.
the testosterone, what I was trying to say, be high.
But I am happy to see, like, I feel like there's more girls coming in our gym. Yeah. Which I'm very happy about. And they're all cuties.
Guess what happened at the gym the other day? So I was at the gym, and, like, 2 police officers came in, and they was just kind of standing there, and everybody was like,
who they here for?
Yeah, and then me and this girl, she's working out with her boyfriend, and we looked at each other like, what's finna happen? They was looking for somebody, though, because they went, like, all throughout the gym looking for somebody. We was waiting on the tea.
What, they didn't get anybody?
They didn't find nobody, I guess, whoever they were looking for. So, if you were the guy they were looking for, you got away with it.
Yeah,
whatever you did.
Be careful.
Whatever you did.
Yeah, now I want to know what happened. I'm pretty sure one of the employees know.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, because that tall, bald man was there.
Because, isn't, like, maybe one of them used to be a police officer or something? Because I've seen, like, the poster for, like, a police officer, like,
Really?
when it was, like, the old layout, when you first walked in, like, where all the cubbies were, there was, like, a recruiting poster for, like, a policeman. So I just assumed that maybe one of them used to be, like, a policeman.
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They look like they support the police.
Yeah, we was just watching them to see who they was finna tackle.
Yeah, I didn't go last week because my allergies got the best of me. But I'll be back this week, and I'm also contemplating of like what I want to do with my plan. Just because I do have sciatica, I just go back and forth a lot about whether I should continue to pursue powerlifting or just go for strength training. Either way, I'm going to be lifting heavy, but it just depends on how heavy. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I took a week off of the gym too because I had hurt my back a few weeks ago.
Yeah. See,
It's no joke.
Yeah, so for me, it was like right after I lost my sister, and I just like was just like my mental was like in and out. And it was like, because I know people will assume that it's because like I'm in powerlifting. This is before I got back into powerlifting, or before I really started doing it. I was doing like a sumo deadlift, and I just didn't brace my core correctly because I was just like in and out. I was like trying to hide my crying. I was like, ugh, this is embarrassing. So yeah, and it just like, I feel like I just have a gut feeling that it might be like a herniated disc that's like causing like some of the bulging in my and that's like pressing up against my nerve. And from what I've seen, like you can like stretch and stuff like that, but there's just a lot of times if it was like kind of bad for your body, you have to have like surgery to get kind of put it back in place. So, and then like my doctor gave me an X-ray, but you can't see that shit on an X-ray.
Yeah.
If it's a herniated disc, you can't see it on X-ray. So I'm just like, what's the use of this? Like, I know my back isn't broken. I need you to give me that MRI, okay?
Yeah.
Give me that $2,000 special. But does your back feel better?
Yeah, it's feeling a little bit better. I'm just kind of babying it right now.
Well, do you feel like you herniated anything?
No, I think I might have just stretched it out a little too much because I wasn't even lifting. What pisses me off about it, I wasn't even lifting when I hurt it. I was putting away a weight, but I was like kind of bent over and my back was like not bent. It wasn't straight, which is my fault. But yeah, no.
Same. We'll get back together. Yeah. We'll get our lives together. Straighten that back out. I'm just
no matter what you're doing.
Yeah. Do what the posters say. Bend your knees. And don't lift with your back, okay?
No, yeah. I learned my lesson for real.
You know those work posters?
Yeah.
This next one is from Am I the Asshole Again? Or am I the asshole for wearing shapewear on a date? No, girl. Lock that faja in.
Man, like
put that
Cardi B.
Be like Cardi B.
Put me the fucking faja
no. Yeah, shoot. Hey, I was low-key thinking about getting one because I was just like, well, not to like waist train because, I don't necessarily believe in waist training, but I just like, to help me like when I'm like doing nails and stuff, like help me keep my posture in check. But yeah, the faja can be good. I mean, put that motherfucker in. And then sometimes like you never know, like I have loose skin too, so I feel like even like when I lose the weight, there's always going to be like a little pudge. So it's just like, this is what I would look like if I had the tummy tuck.
The mommy makeover.
I mean, I don't even want a mommy makeover. I just want a tummy tuck. Like, you don't have to take anything away. I just want that loose skin gone. And I don't want anything added to my butt. It's already good. It's already nice. I just need my stomach to be flat, okay? That's all I want in life. And God keeps, like, I was there right before I had this last pregnancy, and then, God was like, I'll let you have it just for a little bit. That's it. I always say, like, y'all better be on heavy birth control when y'all get to y'all goal weight because your man gonna be a hater always.
Man.
Always. Hi, I, 29 female, have lost about 75 pounds over the past 10 months. Okay, girl.
Period.
I still have about 20-ish pounds until I meet my goal, but I feel so much more confident and better in my body. Still, I have excess skin around my stomach and the inside of my thighs. My trainer says that with continued strength training, these should reduce significantly, but I'm considering my options for surgery. In the meantime, though, I don't want to keep waiting to feel perfect when I go on a date. So I wear shapewear underneath my clothes to smooth things out and hold the excess skin in. I have been seeing a guy, Jake, 28 male, for the past couple months. He's funny, cute, and great conversation. I think we have great chemistry and strong mutual attraction. I'm not the kind of girl who has sex casually or without knowing a person well, and Jake has been understanding of this. We've kissed and I've given him oral, but I just haven't had sex with him. This past weekend, I felt like I was finally ready to try, and after our date, we went back to his place. He undressed, and he's been athletic his whole life, so his body is literally perfect. I took the plunge and started removing my clothes. He was surprised that I was wearing shapewear and asked if it was a corset. I couldn't tell if he was joking, but I kept undressing so I was exposed, loose skin and all. His face fell. He looked disgusted and disappointed. I think he realized how his reaction looked because he immediately started apologizing and explaining that he was just surprised that I was wearing anything like that. But it really struck my self confidence. I felt so disgusting and self conscious. It was like I was flung back into my heavier days where guys would ghost me once they saw my photo. I was completely turned off and put back my clothes on quickly. He was still apologizing, but I could tell that he was also annoyed that I didn't want to have sex anymore. I talked about this with my friends, and while some of them think he was rude but well meaning, a couple of my friends think that I should have just been honest from the jump so I could find a guy who would genuinely like me without any surprises. I don't feel like I was deceiving or anything, but I do know that he's used to dating more athletic, active women like himself. And even though I've lost weight, I'll never be that type of person. So we're still texting, and he apologized again, but now I'm afraid to face him. Am I the asshole?
No.
No.
Fuck Jake.
No, you're not the asshole. Good job on your weight loss, queen.
Yes.
Yes,
For
because
sure.
I know how hard it is.
She lost what? She said 79 pounds? 70 pounds?
75 pounds,
75
and
pounds.
she's still going for 20 more, which is amazing.
That's amazing.
75 pounds, amazing, period. Like,
Yeah.
I think 10, 20 pounds is amazing. Because,
Man.
look, I'm trying to get rid of these 20 pounds, okay?
I keep losing and gaining the same
I
10.
know. I don't want it to be great.
No, that's so impressive. And if anything, like, as somebody who goes to the gym, you should be admiring that.
Yeah, I think for men, I feel like it may be a little bit harder. Not to excuse him. I'm not excusing him at all because his reaction is invalid to me. Like, that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
But I feel like women, our bodies fluctuate so much. And even when we're not going through extreme weight loss, like OP did, like, we're still, you know, I know plenty of girls who not even had kids yet have stretch marks on their thighs, have, you know, some on the side of their stomach, you know, just because, like, our bodies, like, one, from childhood to, like, becoming a woman, it grows pretty fast. And then two, like, you're just, with hormones and things like that, your weight fluctuates. So just like with that comes like stretch marks and loose skin and things like that. So I think women can appreciate other women a lot more than like a man can appreciate a woman's like weight loss. And maybe if he's not a trainer and he's just in athletics, he don't really kind of see the value in that. But I still think he should be amazed by that because that's amazing, period. Just the fact that anybody's if you're in the gym, that's amazing because there's a lot of people who just can't get themselves to get out of the bed. The fact that you made it out the bed, that you made it in the gym is just like amazing. Shoot, I'm one of those people most days because I'm just like, I'm so tired, especially like when you are working really hard and then you don't see the results right away. Going to the gym is kind of like being insane because you're like doing the same thing over and over and like the results aren't clicking for you, but you're still going and hoping to get a different reaction. And you really don't see it until you see it. And I know that probably sounds stupid, but it's just like literally like when I was going through my postpartum with the one before with Ezra and then Zeke is the baby. But when I was going through it with Ezra, like honestly, like I didn't really see much of a difference until one day it just kind of clicked and I'm like, wow, my waist is like, you know, I've gotten so much smaller. Like these leggings fit so much better. And that's why progress pictures are so important. Even when you don't feel like taking those pictures, I can take the pictures, y'all. But yeah, and I don't know. There's really no excuse for him like making that face, but I feel like guys are just so stupid when it comes to that, like makeup and like shapewear and things like that. Things that, like gender affirming like things that women do, like when men literally do gender affirming shit all the time.
Yeah, because I mean,
Because that
wearing
hairline don't
shapewear-
always be real. You leave the barbershop with that painted
That
hairline
toupee.
on. That black ass paint.
I'm dead.
We can see it.
No, but it's really not like out of the ordinary for women to wear shapewear. So
Yeah. I mean, if it and I follow this creator. She's lost a lot of weight, and she just got her skin removal surgery, and she was wearing a faja because the loose skin does get heavy, and it just helped her feel like more put together. Not even to like enhance her shape, it just helped with carrying the extra skin that she had, because like you lost all that weight. I'm sure it's heavy too. So yeah, it just helps you feel like more solid, you know,
especially in our culture, like Hispanic culture. We all got fajas or know
they're
of
putting
somebody.
the faja 2 minutes after they had a baby. Okay,
Literally,
they can't walk, but they
that's going in the baby bag that's being packed for the hospital.
Yeah, see, I can do it, but I mean, yes, in our culture it's very heavy. So no, I don't think you're the asshole. I mean, I'm sure you guys have talked about your weight, your fitness journey, and that he knows that you lost. You know, if you guys did and you did tell him that you lost 75 pounds, he had to like click that. It had to click to him that you're gonna have loose skin. I don't know.
I think that would be a reason for me to cut him off, though. If I was her and like it was the first time we was about to have sex, and you look at me crazy when I take my clothes off.
Yeah, bye. I don't think I could get past it either. Yeah, because even if we were like active again and he's like into me, I would kind of always see his initial reaction. That's why first impressions are always important, because you're just never going to forget it. So I mean, if the man shows a slightest bit of disinterest in me, I'm just like, yeah, I gotta go. If you're not obsessed with me, I gotta go. I gotta go. Well,
but it sounds like she had been dating him for a while, because she said she's like, I don't do casual sex. I only,
let me see if she's
do stuff like that with people I'm really comfortable with. So
she sounds like a couple months.
Yeah, a couple months. Yeah, no, it would have been.
Yeah, I'm sure that she brought up that she lost quite a bit of weight. And
exactly.
2 + 2 = 4. It's not your fault that he's an idiot. Like, so no, I don't think so. I think he was being childish in his reaction, because whatever. But we'll read the top comment. The top comment says, I have 13-inch scars on both upper legs from surgery. They are ugly, and my inner thighs are very far from perfect looking. After 17 years, I'm still embarrassed by how they look. But when I was dating and was with the guy I was going to get intimate with, I told him beforehand. I didn't want him to be surprised and ask questions in the moment. And let me tell you, not a single guy cared once. We are far more critical of ourselves and think others will react the same way. The fact that he is still texting is a good thing. Make plans to meet up soon. It will be awkward at first, but you have to give him a chance to show you that he was just surprised and not turned off. Yeah, I guess I can see that. If you can move past it, try it.
Not me.
But I just feel like I as a Taurus, I just become a little bit obsessed with things. And I feel like my brain would overthink his reaction.
Me too. I'm a big overthinker, so I would definitely not be able to let it go.
Yeah, I don't need a lot of affirmation from people that are just like my friends and stuff like that, but from my partner, I do need that. So, and I've had several kids with my husband, and he's never acted like disgusted or, any type of bad way, like with my body and all this changes. I mean, he be telling me I'm ugly he be telling me I'm beautiful, and when I'm like ugly. Like, girl, I was
like, what?
No, he don't be telling me I'm ugly. But I was cracking up with my sister, because I was like, my husband was like, I have a pair of house shorts that I wear when I'm like cooking and cleaning and stuff like that. They are raggedy, y'all. They're raggedy. And my husband like looks at me. He's like, those shorts just do something to me. And
Don't be tempting me now.
No, and I'm over here in my messy bun, my shirt covered in like
stains,
stains, and my raggedy ass shorts. And I was telling my sister about it. I sent it to her. She was like, "Those are the shorts that do something."
Well, girl, think about it. Our grannies was walking around
in
in muumuus that had like 10 kids.
Yeah, that's true. And I was just like, I just kind of laughed. I was just like, I just kind of looked. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Be so for real.
Yeah, be so for real. And then my sister's like, "Well, to be fair, your butt does look good in them, but they are raggedy too." I was like, "Look, you ain't got to lie to me, okay?" Because I'm over here like, "What the hell?"
That's hilarious.
But then, yeah, you gotta find you a man like that who thinks you're
the
most beautiful when you feel you're ugliest.
It's funny because my boyfriend is like legit like 3 times my size. Because I'm small. I'm only 5 foot.
Little petite. Little petite. Fun size.
And he's 6 foot and he's a larger man. So I be walking around with his 2XL shirts and they're like
maybe
dresses.
I didn't even clock it. Dang, he's tall.
He's pretty tall.
This is why I tell you, like when my friends or my sisters have a man, I barely look at him like, "Hey," I don't even notice him. Not in like a bad way. It's just like I just don't register them. Like that's not my business to be looking at him like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then I was telling, what was I about to say? Shit, I was about to say something. I done lost it, y'all. I was about to say something. What were we talking about?
We were talking about the muumuus, the big shirts. My man being 3 times my size, and then the boyfriend. Yeah.
So I was telling my sister, I was just like, because she was asking me like who's coming on. I was like, "Oh yeah, one of my friends, Chubbs." And I was just like, I just kind of realized I'm pretty tall for a Mexican girl or for a Latina girl. I was like, I'm not tall in like regular people's height, but 5'5" is tall for a Latina. So I was like, every time like I'm around my other Latina friends, I be feeling like a giant. Cause she said you're 5'1", right?
I'm 5 foot, like on the dot.
5 foot, and then Mel's like
Mel's smaller than me.
So Mel be coming to my boob. Okay,
I love you, Mel, but you small.
Mel's beautiful.
I love her.
Girl,
yeah, beautiful girl,
banging body,
inside and out,
shorty. Okay,
Betty. Yeah, but she's 4'9".
That's my body goal right there. But yeah, I was like. And then like Mara's not technically Latina, but she's short too. Like everyone's like 5'2" and below. So I'm just like I be feeling like I'm towering over everybody, and then like I just feel like a giant because I'm all like big. I'm like I was telling my sister, I was like I gotta get some taller friends to make me feel petite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just thought that was funny because I was just like, you wouldn't think by looking at that you were that short. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot when people meet me in person. I thought you was taller.
Yeah. You just carry yourself well.
I be wearing heels and stuff, and like today, I had on heels at church, and I was like up to his like a little over his shoulder. I was like, I'm sizing him up.
Yeah. So he goes to church now? That's good. Was he at your church before?
No, he was at some other church.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all coupling up at church. Okay. Making it official. That's cute.
Yeah, that's my baby.
You know it's real when they go to church with you. This is from Relationship Problems. Am I overreacting for being upset with my sister who wants to be cordial with one of my abusers?
Okay, can you repeat that?
Yeah. Am I overreacting?
I got zoned out a little bit.
It'd be like that. Am I overreacting for being upset with my sister who wants to be cordial with one of my abusers?
No, you're not overreacting. Why would she do that?
No. It's very interesting to see how like some people were raised, like how some siblings were raised, because sometimes I hear stories and I was just like, me and my sister would never, like, because I was closest with my oldest sister who passed, but I was just like, me and my sister would never, okay, we lock in together, because my mom always raised me and my siblings to be like, if nobody else has your back, your sibling has your back. And that includes my brothers too. And I do have sisters that grew up in a separate household, so I still ride for them like how I ride with my mom's side. But sometimes I look at other people, I'm like, me and my siblings would never. So I know you said that you're the only girl, so I'm sure like they're riding even harder for you as a girl. Yeah. And you're the baby too, right?
No, I'm the middle child.
Oh, the middle child. Okay. Yeah. But the fact that you're the only girl, like.
Yeah, I can definitely say I was babied for a majority of my life, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like your younger brothers are protective of you too?
Mm, maybe not the youngest because he's still so young. He's only like 14. But the
Oh,
other one, I
okay.
think, yeah,
See,
he.
Latinas.
No,
Me.
no, yeah, but not the smallest, the one in
Mhm.
between us. Yeah, he loves me a lot. We talk a lot, so he definitely has my back
How old
for
is
sure.
he?
He's 20, 21, 20,
Okay,
something
he's
like
still
that.
he's
Yeah,
barely legal. Okay.
yeah, but
Mhm.
he grown. He in college doing his thing.
Mhm.
Proud of him. He finna be a
Per.
immigration lawyer.
Hey, we need them.
Yeah,
Good job,
shout
brother.
out Lalo.
Good job. We're proud of you. Okay, so I do want to give a trigger warning for SA, sexual assault. And so this might be a little bit heavy. So if you're not in the mind space to hear this, just skip over to the next story because we will be reading more stories after this. Protect yourself and, keep your mind safe. So let's get into it. For context, I'm 18 female and was 17 when I was SA'd by my cousin's boyfriend, 24 male, and his friend, 37 male. My cousin, who is 34 female, we'll call her Olivia, pressured me into drinking alcohol and forced drugs in my mouth the night of my SA. When I told her about what happened to me, she told me to be quiet and not tell anyone about it, as well as saying that it wasn't her boyfriend's fault because he was drunk and most likely didn't remember doing anything. I kept quiet about my abuse, and months later, Olivia went to my sister, 24 female, who we'll call Mia, and lied to her, saying that I stole alcohol that night from her and that she caught me kissing her boyfriend and that I lied about being SA'd because I was embarrassed. I didn't speak on my abuse until 6 months later when I finally told Mia about what happened after she came to me explaining what Olivia had told her. Even after telling Mia, I didn't want to tell the rest of the family about my abuse because of my cousin's daughter, 4 female, who we'll call Amelia. I didn't want her to get hurt, and she stayed with my parents 90% of the time. And I thought if I came forward with what happened, Olivia would keep us from seeing Amelia, and she would be in an unsafe environment. Even when knowing the truth of what happened to me, my sister Mia would still talk to my cousin Olivia as if nothing happened. She would hug her, greet her, cuddle with her, and I expressed the betrayal I felt to Mia, explaining that she didn't need to cause problems but simply tell Olivia that she didn't appreciate her lying about her little sister and that they aren't cool. Mia would always use the excuse that she's non-confrontational, but still it would hurt knowing the only person who knew of my abuse would still be okay with someone who was a part of my trauma. A little over a year after my abuse, I finally came forward and told my family what happened to me. I came forward because Amelia had come to my parents saying how she had gotten abused and wasn't believed by her mom, Olivia. Olivia found out and has gone no contact with us. We haven't seen Amelia in over 2 months because of this.
Amelia's the 4-year-old,
The
right?
4-year-old,
Oh
yeah.
no.
So the baby came and told OP that she had been abused as well, so that caused her to come forward. And so, so she came forward a year after her abuse, but only because the baby told her that she was abused as well. Now to what happened. Yesterday, Olivia made a group chat, and that's the cousin that abused her.
Mhm.
Yesterday, Olivia made a group chat with my family, essentially saying that I'm lying and that she wishes to speak to my parents and my sisters to let them know the truth of what really happened. My sister Mia came to me saying that she hopes our mom and dad talk to Olivia so that we could be cordial again so that we can see Amelia, the little cousin. I was shocked by what she said and asked her to repeat herself, which she said. I told her that it was hurtful hearing that from her, and I can't believe that she would be okay with talking to my abuser again. That I already sucked it up for over a year being around Olivia after everything, and that's not fair to me to have to be around her after everything. Mia got defensive and said that how else are we going to see Amelia? I said that we will have to wait and see what the police do, and she just kept repeating it. I asked her if she even hears herself when she talks, and she got upset and looked away from me and walked away. I feel like I'm going crazy. Why should I have to ask my big sister not to talk to my abuser? I feel like she failed me the first time when not saying anything to Olivia, and this could have been her chance to step up as a sister. I know I can't expect someone to be the way that I am, but I would never do that to my sister or anyone else for that matter. I know she cares for Amelia, but I care for her just as much, if not more. I stayed quiet about my abuse for her, then spoke up for her. I was a kid too. I was 17, going through it alone, thinking of everyone but myself. I figured it out and on my own, getting tested, taking a plan B, all by myself, having to be around Olivia even after everything, letting her lie about me without speaking up. It may be selfish of me, but I feel like I finally deserve to put myself first and think of myself and what is best for me. I don't feel comfortable with being in contact with Olivia again after everything, and I'm so upset with Mia for even suggesting it. So, Reddit, am I overreacting?
That's insane.
Sorry, that was a long story. I was getting to
It's
it.
okay. That's real sad and very unfortunate. And
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought about that situation as I was hearing you read this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wow. Like, I hope since she had a daughter, I hope that she would have spoken up to because that's very common for abusers to
Mm-hmm.
like once they abuse one person they abuse somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and just the fact that she had a daughter, that was my fear, was that he was
Yeah.
going to abuse the daughter. So like that's very sad and very unfortunate, but yeah.
It's very sad, and it's honestly a very common reoccurrence in the Latina culture,
Mhm.
which is the toxic part of our culture. To stay in contact with someone who has abused someone, and when you speak up about it, you are reprimanded and told to be quiet and
Mhm.
to not speak of it again. That happened to me as well. I was abused by my aunt's husband, and I didn't come forward until in my 20s because I just got tired of, having my own daughter really put in perspective a lot of things. I mean, it caused me to have a lot more fear because I had kind of pushed it back and I just made myself forget about it for a while. But after I had my daughter, a lot of things resurfaced, and when you have kids, like, it causes you to really face a lot of trauma that you've been through and cause yourself to grow. So, when I would continue to see this man at our functions, at our gatherings, and I'm not the only one that he's abused in our family, and it's not a secret. So, to see that my family, some people in my family will continue to allow him to come to these functions, and now I have my own daughter, I have nieces, I have nephews. I'm like, y'all need to wrap this shit up,
Mhm.
and that caused me to be vocal. So I can sympathize with OP and being like coming forward because of someone else that you're worried about. And
Yeah.
luckily, none of the generation after me have been abused by this person in my family. And when I did talk to my aunt about it, she was similar to OP's cousin, where she was like very male centered and being like, well, we don't know that's true. How old were you? Where did this happen? I was 4 and I remember everything.
Mhm.
Like, trauma can either, make you forget, or it can make you just remember at a very young age. And I'm telling her all these facts and she's just not willing to come to terms with it sometimes. And I feel like that's a lot with Latina families. They're just not willing to come to terms
Mhm.
that the person that they picked is an abuser. So, I can really relate a lot to OP, and it's very sad that like I said before, like, if no one has your back, your siblings should be there. So, and then it's her older sister too, and I'm like I'm the older sister, and now that my sister's passed, I'm the oldest. Like, I'm very protective of my siblings, so I couldn't imagine like being cool with
Mhm.
the person who abused my sibling.
That's such a difficult topic because
Yeah.
I mean so many women go through this,
Mhm.
and from they face a lot of times, like women face that backlash from other women and
Mhm.
men of like, oh, like gaslighting, and like, oh, how do you know, or what were you wearing, or just all
Mhm.
these questions. And that's why a lot of women don't come out about it. And
Mhm.
it's also a difficult thing to process,
Yeah, it
being
is.
essayed like that. Is Some people don't process it for years.
Mhm.
So
Which I'm very proud of her for coming
yeah.
forward. You know, even if it did take the year, like, not everybody can come out right away. Like she said,
Yeah.
like, there were things that she was considering, like her little cousin,
Mhm.
and she still wanted to be around to protect her. So, regardless of how you came forward, I'm very proud of you for coming forward. because it does take a lot. A lot of
Yeah.
people
A lot of
don't ever
courage.
come forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Really
that's,
sad.
you know, if you're not someone who's able to come forward, like, that's okay too, because, you know, you're the one who has to process it.
Yeah.
So however you choose to process it. And it seems like she's had a conversation with her sister, because that would be my advice, would be to have a conversation, but she's had that conversation. So just like, what do you do now after you've had that conversation with your sibling and they're just not supporting you?
I want to look up the statistic because I know it's something crazy. Last that I knew, it was like 1 in 4 women get sexually assaulted, but
I think that it's like 1 in 4 or 1
women
in 5, something like that.
are sexually assaulted.
But I don't know. I think the best thing might be the distance. Put some distance if your sister isn't supporting you in this.
Yeah. So it says nearly 1 in 2 women have experienced some form of unwanted sexual contact in their lifetime.
1 in 2. Wow.
There was another one. Hold on.
That's a lot more than I thought. Because last time I felt like it was like what you said, 1 in 4.
Yeah.
But I feel like more people are also like coming forward than they were before.
Yeah, it says nationwide, 81% of women and 43% of men reported experiencing some form of sexual harassment and or assault in their lifetime. So, I mean, that just also shows how it can also happen to men. You know, that's another thing too. That
and I'm sure the men is a lot higher because a lot of men don't come forward because of the stigma of saying like, oh, if you were abused and that makes you gay or some stupid shit like that.
Or like even like, oh, you're lucky, you know, being that young and like an older woman, you know, wanting to be with you. Yeah, because there's a guy that I follow his podcast a lot, who was sexually assaulted at like 12 by like a 16, 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And that kind of happened to him where his homies were like, oh, she's so fine, like you're so lucky, you know. He was taken advantage of.
It's like a Samoan guy who was assaulted by his teacher and they ended up getting married. He was 13 and she was like 31.
Oh my gosh, no.
It's her name is Mary Chula or something like that. But they have a documentary out about her. She's passed now, but you could see on his face, like, because at the time they were still married in the interview, you could see on his face like him coming to terms with, like, as the interviewer was asking these questions, him coming to terms like, damn, I was abused, you know.
And even in like the situations of grooming, you don't really know that you're being groomed, because that's kind of what happened to me.
Yeah, she was grooming.
I was 17 dating a 21-year-old. And it's like, I had no idea I was being groomed. To me, it was like, oh, like I'm dating an older man, and he was like, oh, you're just very mature for your age. But
yeah, and grooming can come from a younger guy too, because I remember being in middle school and like this high school senior like trying to get at me, and I hung out with him a couple times.
Yeah.
Because I was like in 8th grade and he was a senior. And he, you know,
that happened to me too.
Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, come hang out. And I felt, you know, at the time you're feeling like cool and older.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
You just don't know no better.
Yeah, like, oh, this senior wants to hang out with me. But like, you know, he should know better as an older person. And being drunk is not an excuse, because, like, referring back to OP's, like, her cousin was like, oh, he's drunk or whatever. Like, there's so many levels in the story. 1, he was drunk. 2, she was forced to have alcohol by her cousin.
And drugs.
And then, drugs. And then her little cousin come out. It's like, the abuse doesn't stop with just one person. And I feel like the cousin is just as guilty as the guy, because if you're forcing her to drink, in my mind, that makes me think that you knew what was going to happen. You knew he was going to try something, because why are you forcing her to drink? If this is not a regular occurrence, and you know, some bitches be like that,
be weird like that.
Yeah, like be in on the abuse.
mean, just even think about the whole Epstein files thing, like how girls were recruiting other little girls.
See, and me as a big sister, I would have to see that cousin. Okay, I'm fucking you up, and I'm fucking your man up. Like, So I'm not cuddling with you. I'm not saying hi to you. So I don't understand the mindset of her sister. Um, and I understand wanting to see the little cousin, but your sister is more important than that relationship. Unfortunately, that's going to be left in the hands of, God and the officers that she has to deal with. And you can just pray over her life, and you can try to maybe, hopefully, if it goes to court, they can maybe get custody of the cousin. But until then, unless they get custody of her, like, that's just something that you're gonna have to come to terms with. The older sister and the whole family is just like, you're gonna have to lose this person, because this person that's closer to you that was abused is more important than you trying to maintain a relationship with her abuser.
Yeah.
Um, and CPS. There's some good ones, but there's just a lot of places where they fuck up.
Yeah.
And they go after people who are truly just trying, and maybe there's like a mishap with their kids, but then also there's a lot of kids that slip through their hands.
A lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
and like, you've seen that document. I don't know if you've seen that documentary with Gabe.
The
I think his name's
Fernandez.
Gabe. Yeah,
Fernandez, I think is his last name. Yeah,
Fernandez.
that one was really sad.
Like, you see those people who are keep getting sent out to the same house, and your ass
Yeah.
just don't clock shit. But you'll take a kid with just maybe one report. Like, that don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So hopefully, Amelia, I think that's the little baby's name. Amelia is able to get support through the system, and hopefully the system comes through with this one. But I think, as a sister, your sister comes before that little cousin. Unfortunately, I think it is something hard. Maybe she can go to therapy and deal with, the older sister can go to therapy to help her to come to terms with the fact that she's gonna have to lose her little cousin to be able to support her sister and make sure her sister feels safe, because right now she doesn't feel safe. She doesn't feel supported. So, and who knows how this is affecting OP, which is probably coming into, like, a lot of people who deal with sexual assault also deal with, like, suicidal thoughts, because you can feel unclean, you can feel unwanted, or you can maybe it can cause you to make you feel like, oh, this person has damaged me, so who's gonna want damaged goods. I remember feeling like that myself. And then a lot of times, like, once you've been abused, the abuse, it can happen again. Like, people, I feel like predators know that
Yeah.
they can clock that you've been abused before, so you attract more predators, which is sad to say. So who knows, like, if
Well,
she doesn't,
sorry, go ahead.
like, if she's not getting the support at home, which maybe causes her to not be able to process fully her grief, like, who knows what else can come to her.
Yeah, a lot of people go either one or two ways. They either turn very, very hypersexual and just kind of out there, and other people are really reserved, don't like to be touched, don't like to be looked at. So
Yeah,
that's one of the effects. And
I feel like I went through both. So I didn't I became, like, I want to say, like, hypersexual to the point where I was, like, having sex a lot, but I would just get to that edge of that a lot. But then, like, once I got older, then I turned to the person that didn't want to be touched. So, and now, like, it took me a long time to receive just even a hug from people. I was just like, don't touch me. But, like, now, like, I'm just barely getting to the point where, like, I'm accepting of hugs. I'm like, you can come touch me unwarranted, and I'm okay with that. So it does take a lot of time. And OP's only 18, so I feel like she has quite a bit to go.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, maybe you guys can go to, like, if there's a way you guys can go to, like, a group therapy appointment to have, like, because I feel like sometimes, especially, like, with siblings, you can get to the point where you're just like, you're hitting a wall, and you both are saying your own opinions very loudly. So maybe you guys need, like, a middle person to kind of help you guys, like, communicate, and maybe that person well, most likely, hopefully, a therapist. But if you guys have, like, a mutual friend, that person can help the sister see where she's not being supportive. I don't really know what she can help OP see, because she's not wrong at all in this situation. But yeah, that just sucks, and I'm sorry. Yeah. Do you think there's anything else you can do to help our sister see her point of view?
I mean, I mean, in my perspective, since I'm very big on my faith, just take it to God. Take it to God, and he can change anybody's heart. So,
like being prayer over her sister.
Yeah, even pray over her sister. And, but yeah, I mean, just keep fighting. It's not easy. But and you might not ever get to the point where your sister believes you.
Yeah.
And that might just be something that you will have to accept. But like, at the end of the day, think about Amelia, which is the young daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's only 4 years old. And think of it as like, I didn't have nobody to protect me, but there's somebody that I can
you stepped
help.
up. And,
That can, I can bring some good out of this.
Mm-hmm. And maybe when Amelia gets old enough to where she can understand, you guys can reach out to her. Like, maybe once she gets old enough to be on social media, you guys can reach out and have your own relationship with her without her mother. But until then, like Chubb said, you can be in prayer over her and pray that God will protect her. And pray that the system comes through on Amelia's behalf.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does take for you to put some distance between you and that person for them to really clock how they've hurt you. Yeah, for me, I mean, when in regards to my abuser, how he was still coming around the family, I straight up told them, like, if he's gonna be invited, I'm not coming. So if you want me to be there, which he's somebody that was married into the family, so I felt like what I'm going through is more important than him being there. So I told like my aunts and uncles, I was like, if he's gonna be there, me and my kids are not coming. I'm not coming. They're not coming. I'm not gonna give him the opportunity to prey on my kids. And they, him and my aunt are divorced now, but even then she still allowed him to come to her functions, which I just don't go to them. But my aunts and my uncles, like when it's all of our family, they don't let him come anymore. After I told them like it's him or me. So maybe you just need to. Ultimatums aren't always great, but maybe you can that will help her put into perspective, like, is it worth losing you over having this relationship with the cousin? So yeah, and hopefully you get some help, get some therapy too, so that can help you like process everything. What like either way it goes, like whether your sister supports you or ends up not supporting you, and help you process you going through like the legal system, because it says like she reported it herself, so like she's gonna have to go through that, and that could be traumatizing as well. So yeah, we'll be praying for you, girl. We love you.
Stay strong.
You're strong. And that story did not get a lot of traction, so there's only a couple comments, and they are all saying that she's not overreacting, which that's very sad when your family makes you feel like you're being gaslit.
Yeah.
So this one's a pretty short one, but it does come with an update. So this is from True Off My Chest. He wants to call off my divorce because cancer treatment was successful.
He wants to call off the divorce. So they were gonna get divorced.
They were going to get divorced, and because his cancer treatment was successful, his partner wants to call off the divorce. Or their partner. I haven't seen if it's a he or he.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, and I talked about this last episode too. Men are much more likely to leave a relationship if their partner is like sick with like a autoimmune disorder or some type of like cancer or disease, unfortunately. So I'm not surprised. But if you try to leave me and then cancel it because I'm gonna be healthy now, fuck you,
man. You
bitch.
Because okay, no, yeah, I wouldn't take that person back, because marriage is through better, through worse, through sickness and death.
And if you're not sticking through the worst, you ain't gonna have my better.
Man, what?
Nah,
that's crazy.
we would have to fight. I would take my new health.
You gonna have to see
and
these
knock you out.
hands, because ain't no way.
These hands. Okay. When I was diagnosed with testicular cancer, he filed for divorce because he said that it would be too much to take care of me In my province, you have to live separately and apart for 1 year before a divorce is granted. Since he left, I've had surgery and chemotherapy. Oh, and my latest checkup shows no evidence of disease. When he found out, I don't know how, he applied in court to withdraw divorce application. He told me that we could stay married since I'm no longer sick and was actually shocked when I blocked the divorce withdrawal petition through my own lawyer. I don't want to be married to him after what he did.
Period.
As you should, King.
Yeah.
Block that motherfucker. The top comment says, well done. You found out his true nature. He can't undo that.
True colors. Yep. So maybe something good came out of this, though.
Yeah. Because it showed him, like, if his partner was really going to be there through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Which is just like, I wonder if there were any signs of, like, if he was, like, a shitty partner before.
Yeah.
Or if just, like, I mean, I feel like this often will come out of left field. Because if things have been good, like, there's no reason for him to be, like, toxic or not supportive.
That's really sad, though. Yeah. Like, leaving somebody when they're down that bad. Like,
I mean, you would think out of everybody that your partner is going to stick through there.
Who you're married to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. Yeah. Second top comment says, it's generally best to remove all of the cancer. Talking about the partner.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I mean, that's very sad, but I'm glad that you blocked it. Okay. So, update to he wants to call off my divorce because of my cancer treatment was successful, or my divorce was made official yesterday. My divorce was made official yesterday. It's over. 4.5 years of hell and being in limbo, and now it's over. Last night was probably the best sleep I've had in years. Maybe only second to the day I was told that there is no evidence of disease. I feel like shouting from the rooftop, I'm free. I was diagnosed with testicular cancer on August 30th, 2021. 7 days later, my ex-husband told me that he was leaving me because it would be too much to take care of me, and he didn't sign up to be a nurse. When I had my first appointment with oncologist, a few days later after my diagnosis, I was given a warning about men leaving their spouses. Then there's an illness. But I never thought it would happen to me. Every person in my support group who was married to a man had it happen to them. It was an eye-opening event. I spent almost a year going through treatment. I had cancer, I had chemotherapy, and it almost killed me. But in August of 2022, I was told that there was no evidence of disease. I don't know how he found out, but when he did, he wanted to call off the divorce because I had gotten better. He was absolutely shocked, and when I moved forward with the divorce and did everything he could to drag it out. I'm so glad that the court finally saw through his games, and now the divorce was made official. 4 years and 6 months after he left. I haven't seen or spoken to him in years, and I don't plan to ever again. Still no evidence of disease. I got a great new job with the provincial government. I'm planning a vacation for my 40th birthday, and most importantly, I'm free. Good job.
Aww.
That's so sad, though.
It is sad.
I mean, it's sad, but it's happy because now you can find you a real one.
Yeah.
And I feel like no one ever expects it to be them, but it can happen to any of us.
Anybody, literally.
But just know, this is to my husband. If I, God forbid I get sick and you try to leave me, I'm sending all my siblings on you. It's like 10 of us. You get jumped.
When I die, kill my man right after.
Hey, look, I probably shouldn't spoil my plan, but I told my sister, I said, if I die before my husband, just make sure you bully every person he tries to be with.
Yeah.
I was like, do what you got to do to make her feel like.
Bury him with me. Yeah. You going with me.
And I was like, and if we buy a house, cremate me and plant me into the tree so he knows I'm always watching. And if he moves, pick me up and bury me at the house that he's at.
If I die and my man like remarries or anything, I'm pulling both their feet at night.
But you will be surprised at how quickly men move once their wives die.
Yeah.
I was just like, y'all are so fucking weak. Literally.
I would be stuck. I would be heartbroken.
Yeah, because because me and my husband talk about it quite a bit, especially after losing my sister. I was just like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I feel like I would be in mourning because he was like, oh, he jokes. And he thinks everybody wants me. So he's like, you're gonna move on. You're gonna have so much booty.
So much booty.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. I'm like, I literally love you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I would be too sad.
I would be too sad for
I was
sure.
just
I'm a
like,
lover girl.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
love my man.
I mean, I'm and he be shocked because he says I'm mean to him, which I am, but but that's because I love you, duh. Like
Yeah.
Michael Scott said, the more you love somebody, the more mean you have to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the way I love. So, but I told him, I was like, no, I would be too sad. Like, I'll probably never be with a man again. Like.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's it, you'll get like a couple of cute loves here and there, but you get like one big love. And if I was to be with somebody else, it wouldn't be like the love of my life like he is.
Oh.
So
She love you.
yay. But yeah, I mean, I know somebody whose partner passed and they moved on like 3 months later.
I mean, some people use that as a coping mechanism.
Not even 3 months later. I mean, if you ask me, I just got a feeling it was before, but it was public 3 months later. But
Nah, I would be too sick. I'd be crying, throwing up, screaming.
I mean, and I get the coping mechanism, but
yeah,
where's the loyalty at? At least give me a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and because I feel like, and maybe it's just like I feel like most women just be distraught over their man, if their man were to pass away. But 9 times out of 10, the man is the one that moves on quicker, which that just makes me sad because I'm just like, and then because like I asked my husband like, oh, like what's the time limit you want me to wait? He was like, I mean, I'll be dead, it won't matter. I was like, it does. It does. Don't try to give yourself that out. It does, because if you ask me, it matters. Because I never want you to move on.
Yeah, it does matter.
Never. I want you to be alone. I want you to be like Dracula if I die.
Yeah, I need my face tatted.
I need you to be sleeping on my tombstone. I need you to be crying, throwing up, not able to work, not able to eat, and then you therefore
that's how I need you on my tombstone every day.
And then therefore you die because you're not feeding yourself, you're not sleeping, like
you're not feeding yourself. No, there's like a heartbroken syndrome thing where like people get like heart attacks from being so heartbroken. I feel like that would happen to me. I feel like
that was close to me with my sister. Like, I said before on the podcast, like I wasn't allowing myself to grieve, so I created a lot of illness that was like like after the first year of my sister passing, I was in the hospital a lot, like in and out. I wasn't making it known, but like there was like I thought I was having heart attacks. Like I thought there was something wrong with my throat, but it was like more mental. Like, well, it was mental. It wasn't that anything was wrong with my throat. It was just coming out. It was manifesting through that. And then like I had like 4 ear infections back to back. There was a lot of shit going on because I just I wasn't really allowing myself to grieve at first because I was just trying to be there because my mom and my dad were like so distraught, and then my siblings were so distraught. So it's just like I felt like I had to be the one to like be
strong,
the calm, strong one. And that's why like I posted a lot on social media about how I felt, but rather than like talking about it, because I feel like I couldn't talk to my family about it because they were all going through their own things.
Gotcha.
Especially like my parents. I mean, they lost a daughter.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that's how I need you to be, going in and out the hospital because you think you're about to die. But yeah, and everybody's just saying that they're happy for him, that he can live his life now. That's crazy. It took 4 years for him to get divorced. People just don't be trying to let go. Because you try to let me go first, so you should have. But that was a good short one. A little shorty. So this is from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole? My fiance and his sister went through my phone and found upsetting messages between my sister and I.
So her fiance and his sister went through her phone
and found messages between her sister and her.
What they say?
I want to know what they said because
what they say.
you know, talking about death. If I die, my sisters need to go to my phone and delete shit.
Just throw my phone away.
I mean, it's not that obviously my man. There's nothing that my man don't know, but me and my sisters, the way that he thinks I'm mean, it's a whole nother level when it's just me and my sisters in the group chat. So
I get it.
I mean, but honestly, we don't be talking about people. We just be like, my husband always says, like, he's like, you and your sisters are just mean, like, to each other. And I'm just like, that's the way we love each other. Literally.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Me and my siblings. I have all brothers, so I have really thick skin.
Yeah. So it's just like, there's nothing that hasn't been said to me that my siblings haven't said first. So you cannot hurt my feelings. Like,
yeah, I know that's right.
okay, so I need some advice. I'm a 37 female engaged to 40 male. We have been together for almost 10 years. I will try and keep this short as possible. My sister-in-law to be went through my phone and found messages of me venting to my sister about my fiance and some of his relatives. She showed him messages, and now things are just very awkward between us all. I did apologize to my fiance and his sister in the phone, but we are yet to speak face to face about it. I'm aware things will never be the same again, as some of the messages were quite unfiltered, but they were all true. No one else was supposed to see them, and I forgot to delete them. Some of the messages were about how I'm going to break things off with him due to the behavior traits that I have brought up, and some past events that he continues to gaslight me about, including him cheating on me. Anyway, there are so many things that have happened, and I have previously tried to end things with him, but he always promised things would improve. Some things have, and some haven't. Anyway, I've vented on WhatsApp to my sister, and we said some mean things, and now my fiance thinks that he doesn't know me anymore. Honestly, I feel bad for those messages, but at the same time, I can't help but thinking it was overdue for us to address some underlying issues, and he won't address anything. Even before he saw the messages, he would always sweep issues under the rug, and this seems to be a pattern in their family. All he keeps saying is that he doesn't care, but his sister is a different story. And he says it as if I'm in trouble with his sister and I better start sucking up if I want to be accepted by her. Ugh. There is so much nuance to my story, and I'm afraid to go into much detail because so much happened in our relationship that led to my venting, and my sister is the only one I can vent to. I avoid sharing relationship issues with my friends. Please help. What's the point if I can't address the build up to my venting? Also, why did they go through my phone? I feel I deserve an apology from them for going through my messages and my phone behind my back. Am I the asshole here?
No, I think this is a blessing in disguise, girl.
I mean, you were wanting to leave him anyway, so.
Yeah, and from what it sounds like, they don't really respect you because he's mad about. First of all, they went into your phone. That's an invasion of your privacy.
Yeah.
Two, like, it sounds like he's not a great man. Like, you say he done cheated on you, and then you got to suck up to his sister. Throw the whole family away.
Yeah. I'm never gonna make my partner suck up to my sibling. If I want to be with you, I want to be with you. That's between me and you. I would hope that my partner has a relationship with a good relationship with my siblings, because me and my siblings are close. But you could still be on good terms and not be like best friends with my siblings, you know? Like,
also, how's he gonna say I feel like I don't know you when he cheated on you?
yeah, okay, first of all, yeah, he did cheat on you, so great.
But that's what I'm saying. Throw the whole man and family away.
Throw it away because he's 40 and still cheating. Girl,
settle down. Go start a family.
Go fix something. Okay?
Yeah,
you're supposed to be a man.
go throw something on the grill.
And then, like, why does his sister feel entitled to go through your phone?
Yes.
Like, if y'all aren't on that type of relationship to be like to where she can like just be on your phone, because 9 times out of 10, like, she's going in there trying to be messy because she's looking for something, like, you know, like she's looking for something to cause issues. And don't go through somebody's phone if you're not ready to find something.
I know that's right.
And then like you said, like you were kind of okay with it happening because he doesn't talk about the issues. Well, the relationship can't grow if he's not talking to you.
Yeah, so
So
just, it's already a mess.
yeah.
So yeah, no. Back to
Back to the story. No, girl, you're not the asshole. Which I'm surprised because overall she was voted as an asshole.
it must be men in them comments. It
Um,
gotta be men in them
the
comments. 'Cause
top
ain't no
comment,
way.
the top comment says, "Yeah, you're the asshole for staying with him when you clearly have a problematic relationship already. Now him and his sister massively violated your privacy, and then got mad because you told your sister the truth. What the fuck? Please find your backbone and your self respect and get the fuck out of that toxic relationship."
They did
Damn,
not
that was
hold
mean, but it
back.
was true. They
Yeah, they
went
did not hold
in.
back. But yeah, you're allowed to vent to people
Yeah,
you love and trust,
yeah, and
But
you
yeah.
know, not every relationship is perfect. I mean, granted, yeah, he cheated, so she should have left.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a
I
non-negotiable.
will say that, yeah, you should have left, girl. But I mean, I don't vent often about my husband, but when I do, it's probably to one of my sisters. Yeah, because it's just like you don't want to like skew the image that your family has of them, and I don't really have a friend that I can really talk that I feel like I can talk to about my husband. So like, yeah, but I feel like yeah, there shouldn't be that many people that you talk to about your partner. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's still okay because there's always gonna be something that they frustrate you with.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like they're just like going in.
They is eating all of them up in them comments from what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean the second top comment says it's perfectly fine for you to vent to a safe person. The fact that you don't lead with this blank through my phone and feels justified, I'm done, mystifies me. No, my dear, you're not the asshole. Please find someone who respects you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emphasis on that.
Um, and the next person says, like, did you really ask for forgiveness for venting to your sister? Why? You should have demanded an apology for them going through your phone. Yeah. He, like she said, like Chubb said, they violated your trust, went through your phone. Um, I think the only thing left here to do, since he won't talk to you about this, is to leave.
You should have been left, girl.
Yeah, I mean,
What is you doing?
he cheated. Y'all try to work through it. It's obviously not working because he's going through your phone. And 9 times out of 10, if the person who cheated on you or is like looking for something, they're still doing some shit.
Yeah. A lot of the times it's just like projection.
Yeah, it's so maybe he's still out there or something.
Check his phone. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
So I think let's see if there's an update on her page because hopefully she left that man and his sister. Because the fact that you're going through my phone and
And your sister going through my phone?
mm-hmm.
Gotta go.
Yeah, there's no update. But she has commented. She has commented on other, like she's active, but there's not an update. Oh, where's that at? So she said something about her sister confronted him, which is good. Good job on sister for coming through. But yeah, you're not the asshole. Leave him. Leave him. Go find you a new fiance.
Literally.
He's old trying to. I mean, not that 40's not old, but he's in this case it's old. He's old trying to be cheating and
Yeah.
going through people's phone. Like, grow up. But yeah, that was our last story of the day. She's ready for a nap. I'm ready for a nap, but I know my kids ain't gonna let me. But yeah, what'd you think? Did you have fun?
It was fun, friend. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
inviting me on the podcast. I had a great time.
Yeah, thank you for your input. And I'm gonna put her tags up too, like everyone else. I always put their tag up. So if you want to follow her for some gym content, get some inspiration going,
Yay.
follow this queen. She does daily check-ins at her gym sessions. So outfit posts. Yeah. But don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the things. And again, thanks Chubbs for coming through.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.